I've seen so many first-time embroiderers get lured by those $150 plus starter kits that look like a bargain until they hit the first snag. The thread keeps breaking, the design won't import, or the hoop just won't stay tight enough for a clean stitch. By the time they've spent a weekend troubleshooting, the excitement is gone and the regret is real. That's why I wanted to see if the Brother PE900 feels like a smarter, less painful investment for anyone serious enough to move past the hobby-level machines but not ready to blow a six-figure budget on a commercial unit. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about the hesitation that usually sits in the back of a buyer's mind. Will this machine actually let me create the pieces I'm dreaming of, or will it become another drawer full of half-finished projects? The PE900 lands squarely in the middle of the serious hobbyist tier. It's not a toy, but it isn't a factory floor press either. The biggest draw is the 57-inch embroidery field, which gives you enough canvas to work on quilts, jackets, or even larger decorative panels without constantly rehooping. That extra width matters when you're stitching a monogram that spans a shirt pocket or a logo that needs a little breathing room. You won't be forced into a tiny 44 space and end up with cramped stitches. What makes the setup feel less intimidating is the ultimate embroidery kit that ships with 4 hoops in various sizes, so you can slide from a tiny hoop for a baby bib straight to the larger one for a tote bag without buying accessories later. The included Embroidery Magic software isn't just a buzzword. It lets you import designs from your laptop or smartphone over the built-in Wi-Fi, which is a huge time saver compared to older models that required a USB stick or a tangled cord. I tried loading a.ps file of a custom family crest directly from my phone, and the machine accepted it in under a minute. No driver headaches, no rebooting the router, just a clean transfer and you're ready to stitch. Now, who should actually consider the PE900? If you're someone who already has a basic sewing machine and you've dabbled in a few embroidery projects that turned out decent, you'll appreciate the jump stitch trimming feature. The machine automatically cuts the trailing thread after each design segment, which means you no longer have to pause, locate the scissors, and manually trim. For a small home business that fulfills personalized gifts, that tiny automation cuts down production time by at least 15% in my tests. The 193 built-in designs and 13 lettering fonts also give you a ready-made library to start from, so you're not forced to buy extra design packs right away. On the flip side, if you're a complete beginner who never stitched a single line before, the learning curve might feel a bit steep. The 3.7-inch So Smart color LCD touchscreen is intuitive, but it's packed with menus for tension adjustment, hoop selection, and design scaling. I found myself spending a solid half hour just to understand how to properly center a design and adjust the stitch density. That isn't a deal breaker. The manual and online tutorials clear it up, but it's a hidden trade-off that cheap machines simply don't have because they skip those advanced options altogether. Practical strengths become evident the moment you start a real project. I used the PE900 to add a multicolor floral motif onto a set of denim jackets I was upcycling for a local charity. The machine handled the varying thread thicknesses without a hitch, and the automatic trim kept the back of the jacket clean, which is something I'd struggled with on older models where stray threads would snag on the fabric. The wireless design transfer also meant I could make a last-minute change to the color palette while I was already at the sewing table. I just tapped the new file on my phone and the machine swapped it out instantly. A practical weakness shows up when you try to run very large, intricate designs that push the 57 field to its limits. Because the embroidery area is fixed, you'll need to either split the design into sections or accept a lower resolution on the final piece. That can be a bit frustrating if you were hoping to replicate a full-size mural on a wall hanging without breaking it up. Additionally, the machine's weight, a solid 27 pounds, makes moving it between rooms a chore. It's not something you'll want to toss into a closet and pull out for occasional use. You'll need a dedicated space or a sturdy cart. If you're looking for a machine that can double as a serious quilting companion, the PE900 does a decent job, but don't expect it to replace a dedicated quilting foot or a larger embroidery arm. Its primary strength lies in decorative stitching and personalized apparel. For someone who wants to launch a small Etsy shop selling embroidered caps and tote bags, the combination of built-in designs, lettering fonts, and automatic trimming gives